Ahoy there, landlubbers! Today we're going to be talking about pirates. Now, I've drawn and painted an awful lot of pirates over the years. I've done them as gifts for friends. I've illustrated a book or two. I was even the official artist for the 1993 National Children's Book Fair, and a couple of pirate posters that I did were hanging outside every primary school in the UK. So I've done a few pirates in my time. Now, just recently, a good friend of mine, Dave Gavin, who's a film special effects expert, he's worked on Star Wars and all sorts of things. He's the guy who got me involved in the creature workshop with The Fifth Element, for example. He wanted a picture of a pirate for his grandchildren's bedroom. So how could I refuse? So this was my initial doodle, my initial idea for the picture. I'm not going to be doing it all in greens, by the way. That's just what the pen I had in my hand at the time. And I have no idea where the balloon idea came from to hold his beard up, or why he's got an octopus rather than the parrot on his shoulder. But I like the overall image. I like the overall shape of this. So I think we're going to do something like this. First things first, got to get rid of the white. Get rid of all the white on this canvas. I want a nice cool blue underpainting, basically. I want an overall tonal quality of blue over the entire thing. So I'll come back to you in a minute and show you where we are. I've now done a bit of work on the sky and I've drawn in the basic details of the figure. You can't see a lot of it, but I know what's there. And yeah, a little bit more work on the sky, maybe a little bit on the ground at the base here. And then we'll start blocking in the large areas, like his hat and his jacket and his lovely red beard. So I've done quite a lot of the blocking in now. A lot of the base coat for the orange hair and the eyebrows and that sort of thing, and the red coat. I've added a bit of a sort of hump, which will be sand. There is a line here, I don't think you can quite see it, going across, that's the horizon line, and there's going to be a pirate ship in the background there. And he's got to have a sword in his hand here. But yeah, getting on, coming on. So it's a couple of days later and I've done a bit more blocking. I've got the hat in, I've got the coat in and some of the shading, the boot. I put the horizon in as well. And there's going to be a pirate ship sitting on that horizon. I've now done a bit more work on the face and I've added in some highlights, some yellow areas. And notice that arm is much longer than that one. So I might have to do a bit of fixing here. But on the whole, it's shaping up. Now I should explain at this point that I am not and never have been a painter. It was something I could never get the hang of in school. It means that my grades at art in school were always lower than they could have been because I just couldn't get the hang of it. I mean, part of the problem was they wanted us to paint in oils, and I always found it a little bit like painting with mud. It was like floundering around in a swamp. I could never make any sense of it. And it's only been the last, I don't know, 8-9 years that I've actually picked up a paintbrush and tried to learn. And I've done it by watching YouTube videos, by reading books, etc. But you've still got to put the hours in. I mean, this is probably my 30th painting, maybe 40th painting. I've done quite a few. I mean, I'll show you a few now. And they have got better as I've gone along, but I'm still kind of finding my feet. I don't have many regrets in life, but one of the regrets I do have is that I never went to art college, because art college gives you the time and the space and the freedom to explore and find your mojo, basically. Sculpture and things like that, always been good at. No, not a problem with that, and I do a lot of it. But painting, always a tricky one, always a tricky one. But I persist. And as I said, things do get better. And I'm actually quite pleased with the way old Redbeard's shaping up here. Anyway, back to the paint. Further progress, I've got the Posca pens out today. If you're not familiar with Posca pens, they're paint pens and they're wonderful for working with acrylics. So consequently, I've done a little bit more work today. The balloon is in, some stuff done on the hat, the face is starting to come together. Some work into the body and the overall shape of the pirate himself, and the outline of the sword is there. I think another good day of painting and we'll be done. Well, I had another afternoon of painting. Didn't quite finish it because things got in the way, but a lot more detail now, a lot more detail. I've just got to sort that hand and that arm out. The sword's in place now. We're not far off the end, but there's still a few hours work yet. Avast, shipmates, it be finished. Yes, indeed. As I said, I'm not a natural painter. I find painting very difficult, but I've managed to complete it, and I'm actually pretty happy with the finished result. Let me know what you think. I mean, there have been a few changes since my original idea. Like, I changed the skull and crossbones, so I didn't like the original one. The squid, octopus, whatever it is, has become green now. I've changed a few details here and there, and to deal with that extra long arm, I've added a hook. I've made the sword more sort of metallic grey. But, you know, on the whole, I'm pretty pleased with it. I hope Dave likes it. Toodle pip and ha-ha! If you've enjoyed this video, then please consider subscribing. Or click on some of these links to look at some of the other videos on the channel. Or press the like button. Or leave a comment. It would be lovely to hear from you. Any combination of those 4 things would be wonderful. Thank you very much.